What is the deal, you guys? It is your girl Fallon Favors, Baby Mama Chronicles, being gang. Y'all already know what it is. Thank you for joining me again for another webisode. If you guys have not subscribed, make sure y'all tap in and do that with me. Share, comment, like, all that good stuff. We want to hype up those algorithms. We want to push our content to the front of the line because we want our BM gang to expand. We want to grow. We want to elevate, and we're trying to get in more people so that way we can evolve together. Take this journey, take this ride together. It's super important to me, and I hope it's important to you. So as y'all know, I'm always dropping content just about, you know, baby mama empowerment. You know, it's more than just female empowerment, but specifically baby mama empowerment. And I want us to feel stronger. I want us to feel more confident. I want us to be able to go out into the world without feeling, you know, insecure about the negative stigma that's attached to the name baby mama, just because we've fallen into that particular place of our lives. And just to be clear, you can be a baby mama, you know, even if you were in a relationship and now you're no longer in one, you know, and let's say that the baby was, you know, planned and all of this different stuff, you can find yourself, you know, wearing that jacket in a lot of different scenarios. And I'm sure it's so many women that was like, oh, I'll never be a baby mama. I'll never be a baby mama. Okay, and here we are. So instead of, you know, feeling shame behind the term, we want to be able to find ways to feel more empowered, you know what I mean? And today's video, we're going to talk about, you know, ways that you can basically up your stock as a baby mama. And, you know, what I mean by that is, again, we're trying to rewrite the narrative. I know y'all so tired of hearing that word. I'm tired of using it, child. Let's come up with something else, okay? The story that we've created behind the word, you know, baby mama, when we hear that, we want to rewrite that. And we want it to represent something different. And I think the only way that we can do that is to start picking apart some of those negative connotations that are associated with being one. Basically undoing those. Why do those exist? What can we do to, you know, be adverse to those, you know, traits, you know what I mean? One of the first things I thought about when, you know, I came up with this topic is definitely ladies. And I think this is something that's easy. The other stuff takes a little bit more gumption and effort. But ladies, one of the easiest things you can do to not be considered a typical baby mama, let's check the aesthetic, okay? A lot of the times when you think about the baby mama model, okay, little baby mama starter kit, a lot of that starts with, you know, we might have, you know, the oversized wig, the ill-fitted wig, the cheap wig. We may have the tons of makeup, the crazy eyebrows, the crazy colored hair, the super long nails. Now look, trust me. Okay, where the camera at? Okay, I'ma always have nail work, okay? I'ma always have nail work. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the super crazy long, curved with the pink and the this and the that. If you're not in the world of entertainment, if you're not doing a music video, if you're not, you know what I'm saying? If you don't do nails, or, you know, in some type of industry where the art and, you know, you can be that creative in that creative space, knock it off, okay? You a teacher, you working at the bank, you driving the school bus, or, you know what I'm talking about. Like, stop that, you know, going to school and all that. You don't need all of that, you know, all of those things, you know what I'm saying? All the tattoos and all of the, you know, and I know I sound like an auntie, which I am at this age, respect it, okay? And it's not a judgment thing, because you can really do whatever you want to, you know what I'm saying? And you can't necessarily judge someone by the cover, you know what I mean? But people do. That's the world that we live in. Everything is based on aesthetic and what we're bringing to the table. That's why when you go to a job interview, you end up putting on, you know, your dress clothes, or your, you know, your business casual, or your, you know, business attire. You're not gonna come in there with your midriff on and, you know, your booty shorts to a job interview, because everything is based on what you present. So ladies, if you're talking about presenting well and wanting to get out of the stigma of being that stereotypical baby mama, a good place to start may be able to check some of those things, because it's like, why are you even doing all of that? You know, who are you trying to emulate? You have to think about who you want to be and where you want to be. Based on that, that is what your style, your aesthetic, that's what it should reflect, okay? If ultimately you want to be able to get your nursing degree, if ultimately you want to be able to, you know, be a professor somewhere, or a professional dancer, or an artist, or you want to be whatever, you know what I'm saying? Not so much artists, because artists do have a little bit more freedom with their stage presence and all of their things. But I'm talking about our ladies that are really out here getting some money on the corporate side, or, you know, entrepreneurs. Let's say you want to start your own business and things like that. You know, how does what you're doing with the super wigs and the makeup and all of the nails and the what is that doing to align with what you said, what you're saying that you want down the line? It probably really doesn't align. You know what I mean? You want to see yourself down the line into the position and role that you ultimately want to be in, and you want to already start looking like her. Okay, now I do understand that finances sometimes play a part in it, especially if you're that responsible baby mama, and a lot of the money that you do have is going towards your household, making sure your child has what they need and all of that stuff. Baby, look where we're at. We on YouTube. They got you tutorials on how to do the natural hairstyles, how to sew in your own weave, do your own box braids, makeup tutorials that'll really teach you how the fundamentals, or better yet, skincare tutorials, which I do have a skincare video coming, guys, soon. I know y'all been asking for that. I'm definitely gonna come with that too, whatever. We just gotta give me time. But, you know, there are videos on how to do this stuff, you guys. You know what I mean? On Instagram, they have all the different style profiles. I style check Instagrams and different stuff like that that I follow that I think are super cool. Reminds me of an app I used to use back in the day called Polyvore. Does anybody remember Polyvore? I used to do all kind of mood boards and style boards on there of, you know, looks and stuff that I wanted to create ultimately. Ladies, there's all different ways of being able to do the things without breaking the bank, okay? So think about ways to kind of up your aesthetic, okay? Take out the super crazy lashes, okay? I don't know where y'all going with these lashes on. Where y'all going? If you don't have a photo shoot, a video shoot, this was like Miss Diana Ross back in the day that used to have these. Somebody that's going on stage to be seen. They want the drama and the extras and all of this. Girl, you're going to school. You're going to maybe the mall on the weekends with your kids. That does not align. I'm guessing. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm guessing that doesn't necessarily align with who you ultimately want to be, and it doesn't necessarily present the best. So again, y'all free to do what y'all want to do. This is a free country. Individuality is super important, I understand. But if we're talking about rewriting, right, the way that we're seen already as being a baby mama, I think checking the aesthetic and making sure that we look as polished and as ladylike and as natural as we can, okay? Let's start there. Some of the other things I thought about was just, and again, y'all, we're just talking. I don't have my list. Typically, I have my list and stuff, but, you know, we're just talking. Another thing I think we should start thinking about, too, is how we carry ourselves. So we talked about the aesthetic, right? What about the way we carry ourselves? You know, let's say, I'm gonna give y'all a scenario. So let's say we at a restaurant. It could be a little walk-up restaurant. It could be a sit-down restaurant, whatever. And the person messes up your order, okay? The order is messed up and you're trying to figure out, like, okay, what the WTF? Like, what my food is messed up and I'm hungry, I'm irritated, I just got off of work, or I came out to have a good time, I want my order right, whatever. Are you gonna be the baby mama that's like, excuse me, this is not what I ordered. I need somebody to come here and get this right. No, it's unacceptable. What? No, but are we gonna be able to check ourselves and be ladies? Okay, have some class, have some grace. Excuse me, you know, I told the waiter specifically to write my order down because I know it was gonna be a little bit, you know, I have a lot going on in my order and I don't want it to get messed up. And so that's why I asked the wait staff to write it down. My order is still wrong. You know, can I have somebody take care of this immediately? You know, or I would love to keep patronizing you guys. What are you guys prepared to do in order to keep my business? Because at this point, I'm a little bit frustrated because I did already tell your wait staff the specifics of my order and I don't feel like they're following suit appropriately. Now, who do you think they're gonna typecast? Now, I could have 10 kids. I could have all the baby daddies, okay? I could have all the baby daddies. I could be baby mama of the year. But I don't necessarily have to lead with that. You know what I'm saying? And not that I'm ashamed of it, but I don't have to be what they say that I am by default, just by being one. You know what I mean? These little details and how you carry yourself, you know, cursing a lot. Now, trust me, baby, I'm not the curse, you know, profanity police. I'm definitely not the profanity police, because I say what I want to say. I speak as freely as I want to, you know, but typically it's amongst friends and family. You know, I'm not the person to be cursing super loud out in public for everybody to hear. That's probably not gonna happen. I'm not cussing out employees at restaurants or stores or grocery stores or wherever you go to handle your business. I'm not getting into it with people on the streets. I'm not even in cars flicking off people and talking crazy. No. You know, when you're in the privacy of your own home and you're around your family and your loved ones or whatever, you can kick back and kind of let loose. But I'm talking about, you know, being in public. You know, being a lady is a underrated, undervalued experience. And I think that some of my younger babies, even the older ones, you know, I'm talking about up to like 45, you know what I mean, still don't really understand the ramifications of, you know, not being a lady. You know what I'm saying? Especially in public settings. And if you are a baby mama, they automatically are going to write you off. You know, especially if you got your kids with you and you giving off that behavior, they're going to be like, there they go. There the baby mamas go. There they go. Colored hair, talking loud, in the place, acting crazy, no decorum, no class, no grace. You know what I mean? Raising your stock as a baby mama means changing the aesthetic, changing the behavior, changing the energy. All of that's super, super important. You know what I mean? Super, super important. Some other stuff I think that we can do to kind of raise our stock as baby mamas is, let's start getting more about our business. Let's start focusing more on our business. So many of us are already doing that. You know what I mean? We are already kind of spearheading entrepreneurial ventures and things like that, which I'm super, super part of, super proud of and proud to be a part of. You know what I mean? As we look at other Black women that are doing, other women in general, women of color, you know, and my white sisters, hey, you know, when you see us handling our business and you see us doing our thing, you know, it makes us feel good. It makes us feel like we're going in the right direction, and it makes us feel like we're gonna get there too. You know what I mean? So just that support system and that network is super important, and I think that more baby mamas need to optimize on that. You know what I mean? Even if you're not an entrepreneur, you know, if you're talking about going back to school and really buckling down, sis, I know how it can be when we go through rough patches, especially emotionally. That's one thing I don't think men consider when they go through wanting to break our hearts or, you know, put us through some type of trauma or situation that we have to deal with, because we still have to go to work and deal with this type of stuff. Still got to go to work and show up. Still got to show up for our kids, you know, and put on the good face and the brave face. Still got to go around our family and seem secure and seem okay, because we don't want our families to worry. There's such an immense amount of pressure. And I know that sometimes that can kind of stunt our progress in the direction that we want to go for our lives. If we're in school, if we have a goal that we've been trying to achieve in, or a business that we've been trying to get off of the ground, or a job we want to get promoted at, you know, but we haven't been able to focus and have our best performance at work. So it's time to snap out of that. Okay, snap out of that mindset, because I'm a firm believer of giving yourself permission and time to feel the things and feel all of the feelings. And if you're sad, if you're depressed, if you feel like crap, you have the right to be able to have your time to be able to process that. And you're actually doing yourself a service by taking the time to process that. You don't want to rush through that, because it will resurface later if you kind of ignore it and kind of just compartmentalize and tuck it somewhere. You want to be able to unpack those emotions and unpack those things to figure out what's going on with you. That way you stay in tune and in touch with spirit and self. But once you get over that, because I'm also a big proponent of take your day, because I'm a 24 hours, you know, and maybe everybody else is different. Maybe you need the whole week. Maybe you need a full 7 days. You know, there's no judgment with taking your time. Whatever it be, 24 hours, 7 days, you know, a month, 30 days. You know, once your period of mental space and break is over, you need to get back to the grind. You need to get back to the grind, back inside the books, whether it be your own journal of you know, writing your goals down, seeing what the next thing that you need to do, doing to-do lists. I'm a big advocate of to-do lists and getting stuff done. What is the goal? Okay, now let's itemize and see exactly how many steps and how many things we need to do or whatever to get this checklist, you know, going to be able to get this goal met. You have to get back into the game. You have to get your head back onto the grind. This is how you elevate as a baby mama, okay? You become more than just a baby mama, you know, or you can be like me and make baby mama, being a baby mama, a brand. You know what I'm saying? Like, hustle up. Whatever it is that you're gonna do, if it's going back to school, you know what I'm saying? Go back to the school. You know the things that you need to do. You need to go back to school, re-enroll, you know, see how many credits is missing, how many more credits you need to, you know, fulfill before you get, you know, your AA degree, or you get your, you know, go and do the things that you need to do to get back on your stuff. Because elevating as a baby mama also means being fully self-sufficient. Okay, yes, we love when baby daddy can help out. We love when baby daddy can support. We love when baby daddy can pay that child support or drop off that money or drop off that gift, buy that bike, you know, put some money in that savings account, pay for the back to school clothes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But we want to be able to do for our children ourselves. We don't want to be, you know, just destitute. We want to be able to take care of ourselves, and we want to be able to take care of our children, you know, and feel confident with being able to do that and have a little bit of money left over to be able to take care of ourselves and keep ourselves flying, keep ourselves looking good. The only way to do that is to have financial freedom. Through that, you want to make sure you're doing it in a way of doing something that you're being able to kind of serve your purpose, and you're doing something that's lighting you up from the inside. You're doing something that makes you feel good, something that you potentially may even be doing or would be willing to do for free. These are going to be the things that you want to focus on, because these are the things that are going to make you the most money. And the most money is going to be, you know, more money is going to mean, again, that financial freedom, which is super, super important in kind of elevating your game and raising your stock as a baby mama. I can go on and on. I'll probably do a part 2 to this, you know, video. But another thing that just kind of quickly came to mind that you can do to raise your stock as a baby mama is be slow to anger. Be slow to anger. Don't let anybody rile you up. Don't let anybody knock you off your square, your throne, knock your crown off. Don't let anybody even enter into that space with you. Because again, it is kind of a double-edged sword too with being a Black woman and a baby mama, because they meaning society, automatically expects us to be rah-rah anyway. You know what I mean? They're waiting for us to go off. They're waiting for us to curse somebody else. They're waiting for us to snatch somebody up. But I mean, we already know that we have the capacity to cuss anybody out, snatch anybody up, whatever we need to do, probably better than anybody else on this planet. So we have that in the tuck and in the reserve if we need to pull it out. But there are very few instances in which it's actually even necessary, ladies. You know what I mean? And again, if you're talking about going into public places or going to your child's school, how about even going into your child's school and you know, having a disagreement with a teacher or anything? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of different type of scenarios, like, you know, where you feel like you may need to flex up on somebody. Don't let anybody anger you. And of course, obviously in the baby daddy situation or in that arena with baby daddy, like, don't let him knock you off your square either and get you just highly volatile and irritated where you're just super, super angry. Hang up on him first before you do that, and ignore the calls and block his calls before you sit there going back and forth with him, yelling at the top of your lungs. Trust me, she's been there, okay? Throwing objects, you know what I'm saying, yelling loud, you know, for the neighbors and stuff to hear. Who has time for that? Who literally has time for that? I mean, you are immediately going to be typecast once you start stepping into that arena, and you want to be loud, or you getting into it with baby daddy, like out in public or over the phone and super loud, or in front of your people, in front of his people. Don't let anybody get you that upset. 9 times out of 10, it's not that serious, okay? If your child is not in danger, you're not in danger. Your money not being played with, your family not being tampered with, you know what I mean? Something like that, where your safety is being, you know, compromised. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You know, take it to a journal if you need to. Take it to a friend. Let them, you know, you have a really good sister friend or girlfriend, like call her up, or a guy friend. Sometimes when, you know, you have that good, you know, guy friend too, or, you know, whatever, or he could be your regular guy friend, whatever, and unload on him or her, you know, and all of the cursing and all that, and that mother, you know, did to me, and da 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 da. Let it out to them, and still maintain your grace with the people that you feel may have inflicted that irritation, because I'm telling you, they're gonna look at you different. They're gonna know that they're not playing with no amateur. Okay, they're not gonna be playing with that just typical baby mama, you know, respect me. You begin to demand respect at that point, okay? Because you're carrying yourself in the vibration of a woman that is conscious, excuse me, of herself, her surroundings, her behavior, her aesthetic, her pockets, okay? She is well aware of everything that's going on, and there is intention with every single thing that she has her hands in. You know what I mean? So these are definitely going to be ways that, you know, they're going to up your stock. You're not going to be looked at as that typical baby mama, okay? Okay, you guys, so that concludes another video of the Baby Mama Chronicles. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Thank you guys to all my subbies that have already subscribed. Every comment, you know, you guys have been showing me love even on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you guys add me on those things as well, at dispelling on Twitter and Instagram. I'm trying to get my Facebook back. You know, if anybody knows any kind of Facebook people that I can get in contact with, I'm locked out. I'm not able to get logged back in, but I would love to share my content with you guys there as well, especially for some of my older folks, you know what I mean? Just a shout out on Facebook would be dope. So yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. If you like this, give this a thumbs up. We want to help those algorithms, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace.